here's your host, Jim Erickson.
And good evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Brett Larson Show. Welcome to the State Room of the Best Western Kelly Inn here. We are Green Mill adjacent as they continue to undergo their extensive renovation and remodeling right next door to us here. And we'll start it out by saying the Green Mill is still open for business. You just can't dine in and belly up to the bar here at the Green Mill, but they are doing delivery and they are doing takeout and pickup as well. And here is head coach Brett Larson, first time in the State Room, and you found it.
Well, it's
right?
been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've been here to the show.
Well, we had played.
We've only played 2 games in the last month.
Yeah, and there's so many at home, and then the long road trip up Duluth. All not on one trip, of course, but Duluth and St. Thomas and then Miami, and then this past week, North Dakota. And, you look at somebody's going to just look at the results and look at the record. They go, oh, North Dakota came in here and swept. They must have played well. And the Huskies played well this weekend and probably deserve better than 2 losses.
Yeah, North Dakota played well, too, so I want to tip my hat today, as much as they're a rival, but you got to give them credit. I thought they played good. That Friday night game was like just a big-time college hockey match.
Oh,
it was a big-time heavyweight game between, I thought, 2 really good teams.
Punch, counter-punch,
right? It was, and we counter-punched every time. And I loved our effort that night. I loved the way we played, and I did all weekend. It's hard to fault the team. So I think a couple of things. The one thing is a coach's kind of nightmare, you have sometimes is after a sweep, you walk into the radio show and nobody's here. You're like, oh boy, it was a tough one. So you always know the real fans that show up after a tough weekend and some of the texts and emails I get. So I appreciate you guys being here. It means a lot to us for sure. Especially after a weekend like that, because if you're not a real fan and if you don't know the game very well, you might think we had a bad weekend. The fact of the matter is the team played great, and the worst part of our league sometimes is you can play really well and lose.
Yes.
But that's also what makes the league great.
Right, and you were concerned going in because of the time off, bye, that you'd have some rust going into Friday. I didn't sense any rust Friday to start the game.
I didn't either. I was excited about it. You think of the sticks that they have. We gave up 5 shots in the first period. I think they were shocked. I thought our sticks were great. We defended really well. We got up the ice and got on the attack on them a little bit. Obviously, Barrett Hall's goal, not just a highlight reel goal, but a huge goal for us, right? Because they get kind of a strange bounce off Thorson's chest over to a guy on the back door for a goal. It's a 1 in a million deal. And we're down, and we're already feeling in our rank. Then we take a penalty. They go up 2-0 that easy, that early. It could have been a different game. So Halsey's goal was big time for us.
It was, and it was a highlight goal. Literally, it was on Sports Center. Was it number 5, folks? Number 5 on there. Yeah, number 5 on there. It was, and he had a great analogy of it. And I've been broadcasting hockey for over 30 years. I've never heard a player use this analogy before in all the interviews I've done with him. He called it, because he had been killing penalties, so he was tired, got the puck, and then they're going, hey, weren't you tired on that play? He goes, no, getting the puck in that situation is like dessert.
Yeah.
It's like if you've just eaten a big meal, like a whole turkey or whatever, and then they bring out the best dessert in the world, and all of a sudden you've got room for that dessert, and that's what he said.
Well, there's certain desserts in games. There's a couple times guys are never tired. That's when they get a chance to get a breakaway, and that's when you get a power play. They might be just bent over, can't breathe at all, and I'll say, are you ready to go for the ball? I'm good, coach. Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Everybody's ready for the power play.
Everybody's ready to get out there on the power play. So there's a couple desserts out there in games that guys never miss.
Power play is the puck when you're tired is dessert. We'll call you go and be the power play when you're tired. It's pizza.
It's pizza.
You never say no to pizza. You never say no to power play. You never say no to pizza. That was a fantastic goal. I mean, it's just, he's got those dangling skills, and it's fun to watch.
We just went through all our power play goals from the year just to try to get it a little bit, sometimes you forget some things, go back, see some of the things that worked early, some themes. We just, as a staff, sat in the lounge for the last 2.5 hours, went over all the penalty kill goals we've given up, all the power play goals we've scored, watching other teams' penalty kills against ours to see what we've struggled with, seeing what type of goals we've given up on the penalty kill, and they're all very similar. And it's an area where we are going to get better for sure. But it's fun to go back, and Halsey's had some really nice ones in the power play.
Yes.
A couple zone entry ones where he went right through everybody and went crossbar and in against, I think, Vermont or Anchorage, and then he had another one against Duluth in Duluth that was an end-to-end kind of play. So we've had a few nice ones off the rush, especially with Halsey.
Mentioned North Dakota's goals that night. The first one was off of
great back check by Nolan Road, breaks up the play. The one in the middle, somehow it squirted to the right, hit Thorson's chest, and it went directly left. our effort to get back and break up that play was huge, and then they get rewarded for it somehow. So that's, hey, there's breaks in every game, there's bounces in every game. They go both ways. But I'll tell you what, this weekend, it's going to go both ways, but it might take a little while for it to go the other way.
Right, it's the yin and the yang, as they say. Everything in the universe balances out.
Yes.
It's always a balance there, and you hope that it does.
Yeah.
Then they took the lead, and you had a really good view of that goal shot by Klee, his first career goal.
Yeah.
The son of the Frost coach. I didn't even realize that until I looked at the notes. But anyway, so you saw it, and who did you say you said? Martin
the first name that came to mind, like Dominic Hasek's not stopping that thing in his prime.
Yeah.
Nobody is. It was pulled out of a pile right by a stick. It was one of those goals. I don't want to call that one lucky at all. It was a great shot. No goalie stopping.
Yeah, small window.
Yeah, really small window, and he put it right in it. And that's all of a sudden here we are down 2-0 playing really good hockey.
I'm always impressed. Max Smolinski's got good hockey IQ. Is that a safe term? And am I accurate there? Because he totally looked off the goalie and the defense, faking that he was going to take a shot, from above the slot, and then he finds it. Perfect play to Barrett Hall with his hands to then direct it over to Tyson Gross. Yeah, which was a great goal. Grosser got rewarded for being at the net. So we didn't think, the one thing we didn't do very well was get to the net on Friday night. We wanted to get to the net more. We had only, the analytics had us at 3 goals for as far as expected goals. Mm-hmm. We got to the net on Saturday night, I'll tell you that. The expected goals in that game on Instat was 5.04 for us and only 2.1 for them. The chances and all the analytics show that, again, analytics, but the only analytic that matters is the score at the end, obviously. But we did a great job of getting to the net on Saturday night. We did a great job of creating a lot of scoring chances. Ryan Rosborough's goal was just a prime example of that. And you talk about expected goals. You hear that expected goals and runs. And all these sports now, they have that expected. You've played well enough. You should have gotten this number of goals. That's pretty much what it's telling you, right?
We created enough chances to score 5 goals.
On average,
most nights,
AI,
5 goals are going to go in.
AI can go through and analyze every game in seconds, and then it tells you, based on the number of chances you had, on average, teams that get that number of chances usually score 5 goals.
And where the chances were, and all of that, all that stuff, So I don't know if the fans know. So something that we rely on, and most NHL teams do and college teams do, is called Instat. So Instat will generate a report from our game within usually we have it by the next morning, where AI goes through your whole game. And then I get a complete breakdown of every statistic in the game. It gives you shots from the scoring area, not only shots, but shot attempts, how many blocked, how many hit the net, every area on the ice. How many times you go over the blue line and either dump it, skate it in, or pass it in and have possession once you get in. The time of possession in the offensive zone, that's a big number that I look at, and how many offensive zone possessions. Saturday night it was 76-64 for us, which is a really, really good night of hockey. It's, I actually I don't always show the team the stats, but obviously what we're trying to do right now is 2 things. We got to get better in some areas, as always. We can't lose the belief that we're a really good team just because of this weekend.
Right.
And we showed them all those stats and what they're doing and how close they are and trying to push that over the edge. But the statistics in the game were really good for us.
Down 4-2, and then a great grease pan goal with Gavin Thorson out in front. Finn Loftus finds himself in down low, and then Gavin's out front, and he got knocked to the ice. And then he gets up and here's the puck, and he swats it in.
He did. I think he loves this series more than anybody out there.
Oh, what happened last year.
We'll get into that a little bit, I'm sure, and drawing the penalty on Saturday night, the 5-minute major. But Gavin obviously right down the grease pan. Finn Loftus is really good at reading. We call it keeping pucks alive. D on the weak side, available to have their eyes up when they can win a race to a puck below the goal line, keep the offense alive, and Finn's really good at that.
I thought the final was 4-3. You guys pushed right to the end. Going back earlier in the game, I thought there were a couple of questionable calls. And I don't know what explanation you got from officials, et cetera, but there was the one well, Werner was called for tripping. It didn't look like it was. Then Grant Ashawn later on in the corner looked like he did get tripped, went down, and he was upset. He was slamming his stick. And then the one where there was a face-off, and was it Kernan, the kid from Maple Grove? He covered the puck with his glove for a second or two there, it seemed, and then swept it out. Can you do that now in the defensive zone?
So we met with the refereeing supervisor the next morning, and their defenseman touched the puck first. So their defenseman off the draw came in and actually touched it, and you can't see it on video. Then the player, once somebody touches the puck, that's over. The rule's over. Okay. So technically, they made the right call on that one. They missed a boarding on Bufflin in the corner. The first shift of the game, he got hit from behind, head first into the boards. Yep. And the one on Miettinen, it just stinks. But I'm sure fans have seen this all the time. Werner's stick was kind of by his feet, and all I'll say is, I will give a ref a little bit of leeway there where it was one of those things, he lost his edge right when Werner's stick was there, and from 30 feet away, I could see how maybe it looked like a trip.
It's all about that.
And I think he just made a mistake. Well, I know he did. But I can at least see how that mistake was made, if that makes any sense.
And, when I'm watching the game, I'm looking at it through St. Cloud State Scarlet Red glasses.
But you also get the reviews.
Yes.
And you can see it in the reviews that clearly it wasn't a trip. But he makes that call split second when the stick is kind of by his feet and he loses an edge. I'll give him a little bit of a leeway on that one.
But the point then sometimes also when you see that, where there's some calls that did go our way.
How did if they're going to make that one that close and call the one on the shot?
Well, exactly. That's the thing too. That was the one that kind of stung. But
because that goal was the goal on Miettinen's penalty was the one that put them up 3-2 again. After we clawed back and made it 2-2, and it's a great hockey game. So those ones hurt a little bit when you look back at the big picture of the moment in the game where we had gotten back into it. It's 2-2. Right. We're trying to make our push. We never had a lead all weekend. We needed that next goal at some point to get the lead. We kept clawing back. This team never quits, but that was the point of the game where we needed to grab the lead.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Saturday night's game a little bit more. The player guests tonight here on the Brett Larson Show. We're up to the R's now alphabetically with the Huskies players. Nolan Rode and Jack Ryman will be with us coming up in the second half of the show. We're at the Best Western Kelly Inn, the hotel nice enough to let us use here this wonderful meeting room here. Great acoustics here at the stateroom. And this is the Brett Larson Show from Learfield.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children, and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw & Bryant.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A Quick Trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list, gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Looking for a college that feels like home and opens doors? Welcome to St. Cloud State, where Huskies come from all walks of life to chase big dreams. From small-town Minnesota to across the globe, SCSU is a place where everyone belongs. Whether you're into esports, student orgs, or cheering at D1 hockey games, there's always something happening on campus. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can focus on your future, not your finances. Come see it for yourself. Schedule your campus tour at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies. Let's go Huskies!
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal two-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways, Green Mill.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
All right, welcome back here to the Green Mill. It's the Brett Larson Show. Head coach Larson out there chatting with the folks. Dean, can you get the coach back here? Here he comes. We are back. Yes, it is. That 3-minute commercial break, that time just flies. But again, when you get a nice crowd like this, as you mentioned before.
Ken was asking me too many questions, so
that's Ken. He likes to hog your time.
I tried to leave, but
he might start his own podcast and try and get you on. Just an hour of colorful Ken.
You know, it's a really good question, though. I mean, I hate to give him credit like that, but it was a good question this time. It wasn't about the 3-on-3 overtimes again. But anyway, but he had the gross penalty. It was amazing to me that this has happened to us 3 times.
Goalie interference.
For goalie interference, for us skating through the crease, and the goalie physically turns and jumps in his way.
But stays in the blue paint?
But stays in the blue paint. So the official ruling from the league is, even if he intentionally does that, we're skating through the crease, so it's a penalty. So I said, okay, so if we're skating through the crease and he elbows us, is that a penalty? They said, well, yeah. Well, if he trips us, is it a penalty? Yeah. If he slashes us, is it a penalty? They said, yeah. I said, so why isn't interference a penalty?
That's a good point. Especially if you knock a guy down, you can be called for a major interference. They have the major interference. They haven't called that in a while. But
we're just going to try not to skate right through the crease.
Right, you got to try and stay, I guess. I mean, but that is a total – did you come up with that at the game?
Or that comeback?
Yeah, that comeback.
I'm not that quick, Jim.
Okay, I was going to say that's. I was going to be very impressed to say you came up with that because there's a lot going on. That would be but that logically that is such a that it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I mean, he physically turned and stepped out to take that interference.
Well, we had the shot from the top, the camera and the roof. Was looking down, and he definitely turned and said, you know. Hey,
I love having that feed. You know, it's interesting because I was just watching the game at home again yesterday, and there was a goal. Their power play goal. When I first looked from the bench, I thought, should we challenge that? Because Littler was literally, I thought he was into Jan, you know, and it kind of even looked like it in the first replay. But when you show the above thing, you could tell his skates weren't actually in the crease. So I think that helps Lenny a lot when he's trying to challenge those up top.
Saturday's final was 4-2. They jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the second period. Again, back he came, and you know you got goals from unlikely characters with Finn Loftus getting his first power play goal, and then the Ryman, the R line, Sean Ryman and Rosborough combined for the goal in the third period that got it tied again at 2.
Our power play had been struggling a little bit against pressure. We made a little bit of an adjustment, went to a different look, and put Finn out there with Smoke, and they made a couple nice plays and got a big one for us. So it was nice to get that one. And then, the guys sitting right here, Rotor was out there. It's just amazing. You look back at a game, and again, I was watching it yesterday. How many times if the clock had just stopped 1 second sooner?
Oh, I know.
On any shift,
on any play up to that
of the game, you know, we scored 2 power play goals, and hopefully Rosborough's goal is the go-ahead goal instead of. But just really unfortunate that goal went in a second after the horn blew.
I didn't see the actual time-stamped video where it's time-stamped and it's from up top, so you can actually see the time on there. How late was it? Was it like 0.1?
Yeah, I don't know, 0.1.
Okay.
It was enough that I wasn't complaining.
No,
you know what I mean? So it was It was probably close to a second.
Right.
After it went in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the place went bonkers.
Oh, I know.
But talk about that. It's a roller coaster of emotions. But you guys still must have had some momentum off of that, right?
Yeah,
probably more than they
did. We did. The one thing I don't know if fans know, I know we talk about this as coaches, and I'm sure the players feel it too. One of the hardest parts of power play is coming on fresh ice to start a period. You don't get the face-off in the end.
Right.
Face-offs in the middle. You're coming out of being in a break, and I don't know what the analytic is on it, but I don't think it's a very high likelihood that you score very often.
No.
And we just had no juice. We couldn't get in a couple times.
Right.
We couldn't keep that momentum going again. So that second one would have been huge for us.
I've always wondered about that, and I've asked other coaches this question, and sometimes players, because again, logically, you would think, you get the face-off at center ice, but coming out on fresh ice, you think that would benefit you. But do you think that benefits the penalty killing team more?
It does, because the hardest thing to do on a power play is get into the zone and set up. So right away they're at the advantage to try to kill your rush when you come in, not allow you to set up, get another clear. The analytics on power plays are if you win your face-off, you're about twice as likely to score on a power play, that power play, than you are if you lose it and they clear it. Because if they lose it and clear it, it's usually at least 17 seconds before you can get back in, if 17. And if you can't get back in, it's 34. And now, not only that, you're ticked off and you're frustrated because you can't get the puck back in the zone. So the analytics on power play are really clear. You got to win your first face-off and come up with the puck.
Analyze the goaltenders this weekend. Both guys. Berzins goes on Friday, and then Shostak comes in on Saturday.
I thought they both played well. Our goaltenders give us a chance to win every night, and I would say, I won't totally let them off the hook either, because just like the rest of the team, I think they're working to get better, and I think they are going to get better. And we were talking to the team about really it's 1% right now. We need to get 1% better in every area, and maybe that's a save that they shouldn't make on a night where they make a huge one. And maybe Jan had no chance on that shorthanded goal really, but maybe somehow, some way, he knocks that thing out of the air and we get the win. So I think it's just sometimes just making that save that you're not expected to make every once in a while. It's the team finding a little bit more digging down, because I don't want the fans to think for sure, and I know you don't. When I talk about the positives about how well we played, that doesn't mean this team's not ticked off. No. That doesn't mean that I didn't sit at home yesterday and basically sulk all day and not even want to talk to my wife because I'm ticked off that we just lost 2 games to North Dakota. It hurts. Like it's painful for the guys. It's painful for us. My job as the coach is to look at the big picture of our team and where we're at and where we can get to and the belief that we have and all those things to get her going again. But as positive as I talked about some of those stats and how we played, don't confuse that with this team being really upset about not winning that home against North Dakota.
Well, the goal always is to get to the NCAA tournament, and you need to get wins, or you need to get some of those NPI points and the NPI credit and quality, even getting it into overtime, you get a little extra, right?
So up in Duluth, that was a tie. You know what I mean? So a pairwise tie for us is huge. And the good saving grace about our league is this. You get a lot more opportunities. We got Denver coming in. We're going to be, we're going to play top teams all year. Duluth will be back in. You got opportunities to climb right back up. So that weekend certainly didn't kill us. It killed us kind of in spirit for sure. Guys are ticked off, but it'll also be a great motivator. And I kind of like the fact that, we had an opportunity to learn some things and get better, and now we got Denver coming in this weekend.
One more segment with Coach Brett Larson. Then we've got Nolan Road and Jack Ryman with us coming up. The Brett Larson Show from the stately stateroom here, the Best Western and the Kelly Inn, and the Green Mill as the host. This is Huskies Hockey from Learfield.
CentraCare M Physicians Orthopedics has sports medicine experts to support you, whatever your game. Whether you're trying to push harder, run faster, or achieve that personal best, our sports medicine team has the expertise you need. CentraCare M Physicians Orthopedics is proud to be the official sports medicine provider for St. Cloud State Athletics.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interests. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones, and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers. Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways, Green Mill.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
All right, upcoming schedule here for the Huskies. They've got the 2 games against Denver coming up this weekend. 6 o'clock game time on Friday, then on Saturday, 7 o'clock. And I know I've got some special things planned for that with the Pioneers coming in. We'll talk about that, preview of that series here with Coach Brett Larson. And again, Nolan Road and Jack Ryman will be with us here momentarily. And with Nolan being here, centering that line, and you called it the mini-mite line. I feel a little guilty every time I say that because I mentioned it to
Nolan's the biggest guy in the line over
right,
there.
Exactly,
so, yeah.
exactly. I just, are they okay with that? I mean, I asked it because Ernest was on last night. I go, hey,
Ernest and Thor's are mini-mites for sure.
Yes, they are. They are for sure, for sure. He's more of a macro-mite, if you will.
Yeah.
But that line, ever since you put Thorson on there, it's really energized Gavin Thorson, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's been great. Obviously, the fans don't see some of the things, but his teammates will remember there was a little bit of a rough video session up in Duluth after a game that he had, and I think that kind of motivated him just a little bit, and he's been really good ever since.
Before we get into Denver, did you play with Nolan's dad?
I did.
Peter, with the Louisville River Frogs.
Yes. Yeah,
I dug that out. And your dad played, Dan Ryman played. Now, were they all 3 together? Were you, or was there
we
kind of
together,
a
but I played against Dan, too.
Okay.
So we were in college at the same time and played against each other. And then, Rotor's dad and I played for the Louisville River Frogs a little bit. I left at Christmas and signed a contract in Slovenia, and I went to Slovenia for the second half of the year. But
the garden spot of the world, Slovenia.
Is it?
I know. I don't know. What was it like?
You were beautiful. It was beautiful. Look it up sometime. Bled, Slovenia. BLED. I got there at night. I woke up in the morning. I was in a hotel on this lake right in the middle of the mountains. There's a church and a castle and a church on top of the thing right across from me. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
You're sleeping.
So what was cool about it was we were 10 minutes from the Italian border and 10 minutes from the Austrian border. So we'd always joke, "What do you want for dinner tonight? You want Italian? You want Austrian?" And then we just jump in the car and go to one of those countries and have dinner. So it's kind of a cool place to live.
That is. What an experience that is. Denver coming in now as we change gears here.
Yeah, it gets a lot easier this weekend.
Yeah, it does. It just doesn't. Another quality team coming in. How are they playing? Have you been able to watch some of their videos?
Yeah,
and they swept Miami here this past weekend.
They're really good. Obviously, they're really good, which makes it great. Like we talked this morning. I'm excited excited about this week.
Right.
We want to get through the pain of last weekend. We want to get better because of it. What better to have one of the best teams in the country coming in and trying to knock them off?
Right.
And we believe we can, and that's why we're showing up every day. We believe we're good enough to do that. We believe we're just as good as these teams, and there's a little bit of a hump we want to get over right now. We believe we've shown. You look at our schedule right now. I think 4, 5, and 6 in the country are Duluth, Western, or Duluth,
and
Denver,
North Dakota.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're playing slouches right now.
No, not at
We've
all.
tied one of them. We've beat one of them. This series we played well enough to win and didn't. We want to get it done this weekend and go from showing that we can play with anybody to showing we can beat anybody. That's the next step for this team, and I think we're going to be ready to do that.
And we talk about this too when you go into a lengthy break, whether it's Thanksgiving or if it's the holiday break now here with Christmas and then not playing again until the New Year's weekend. You want to continue to play well, but you want to get some results, don't you?
We need to. Yeah, let's face it. We want the results. The fans want the results. We all do. Like it's one of those. Like I said, I don't want people to misunderstand me being positive about our level of play. We're not positive about losing those games. Like it stings, and it's time to get on the winning side of the board. And guys want those results before. Otherwise, it's just a long Christmas break. You want to feel good going into that break.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
We will see you this weekend, Friday, Saturday. It is the Denver Pioneers coming in. When we come back, it will be Jack Ryman and Nolan Road. We'll chat it up here for you from the Green Mill, Kelly Inn, Best Western, somewhere in St. Cloud. We're on the banks of the chilly Mississippi, and we're getting snow as well. This Huskies hockey from Learfield.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways, Green Mill.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A Quick Trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list. Gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Looking for a college that feels like home and opens doors? Welcome to St. Cloud State, where Huskies come from all walks of life to chase big dreams. From small-town Minnesota to across the globe, SCSU is a place where everyone belongs. Whether you're into esports, student orgs, or cheering at D1 hockey games, there's always something happening on campus. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can focus on your future, not your finances. Come see it for yourself. Schedule your campus tour at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies. Let's go Huskies!
Brett Larson Show here from the Green Mill. We'll be back in the Greenville. They're expected to be done by January 19th. So that show, we should be back there in our little back cubby here. And before we've got players. We've got Nolan Road, and we have Jack Ryman. And Delilah, why don't you come in here? These guys want to order some food, so let's do it right here. First of all, Jack, what are you ordering? A salad? Something really healthy? Green beans?
Can I get a side salad? No, I'm just kidding.
You guys need calories. I mean.
Yeah, I'll do the chicken bacon ranch hoagie, please.
Ooh, that sounds good, everybody. You're going to want to come out for that.
French fries, that works, yeah.
Okay.
I'll do the Italian mac and cheese, please.
Cool.
Would you like any bread bowl with that?
Yeah, I'll take some bread.
Okay. Very good. I'll take an omelet. Do you have? No. Only though they do breakfast here at the Greenville, which is really nice because it's attached to the Kelly Inn and everything. You guys, that was fun. That's the first time we've ever done that. Is the ordering on the air. It gets an idea. Kind of gives a little publicity for the Green Mill and their fantastic food. And again, even with the renovation and being closed down, they are still doing full menu. If you want to pick up, carry out, or with delivery. And we talked about with the coach about kind of the combination. Your dad played with Brett Larson at the Louisville River Frogs. You were probably just a glint in your father's eye at that point, right?
Yep.
So you're from White Bear Lake. Blaine, did you guys crisscross paths at all in the high school time? Because Blaine did play White Bear Lake that one year, 2019, but Nolan was too young. You were on that team, right? The 2019 state tournament game?
Yeah, he's a little baby compared to me.
Yeah. Old. You were probably in the stands though watching.
Yes,
because all the youth players.
My brother too, I think.
Yeah, Leighton was on.
on.
Yeah, exactly. So your father, which is, I dug this out, I had this before, Peter, second round pick of the San Jose Sharks, played professional just about every league, right? The U-Haul, the ECHL, the AHL. He never made his way into the Central Hockey League and played with the Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs, which is a good quality club, and played in Germany. And your dad, Dan, played some minor league hockey as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did, in fact.
What were some of the fun teams you remember? I mean, the River Frogs. Yeah. Did he play for the Macon Whoopee?
Nope.
No, I'd have to bring it up. I had, because of this year here, I'd have to look back at yours, see if I did as deep of a dive on your dad as I did on Peter, because it was fun to find both Nolan's dad and Coach Larson on the same roster. So that was really, really kind of fun. And talking about White Bear Lake and your coach, Nolan, you had Tim Sager, right? And then Chris Anderson was an assistant. And he must have been a coach your senior year.
Yep.
Is that right?
The head coach my senior
And that was the year you guys went to state tournament.
Yep.
And lost a heartbreaker.
Yep.
To Moorhead, as I recall.
Grand Rapids.
No, Grand Rapids, the other team. I get my orange and black teams just totally mixed up. I mean, sometimes it's Cincinnati Bengals and the Grand Rapids. But that was a heartbreaking game.
Yeah,
I was there for that.
Sure.
That was, and to think that, and this is amazing, and Jack, you as an aficionado of following high school hockey, the fact that White Bear Lake has never won a quarterfinal game is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
You guys are so close.
It's kind of fake news, though, because the Mariner Bears, the high school before.
Right, exactly.
Go, so.
Right, when you were a split high school before they combined everything, Mariner did. And what was Mariner? What were they? The Dolphins? The Sharks? Yeah, they were the Dolphins. Yeah. There's old video of a mascot. Colorful Ken would probably remember this. There was a dolphin mascot dressed up as a dolphin, like from the 70s. It's pretty good stuff. Jack, we're going to talk about your trip. You guys went to Hungary again this year. You and Finn this time. Last year it was you and Litke. And Josh was the one who kind of introduced it to you. Now you're introducing it to your old buddy Finn Loftus. And after the Miami series on Saturday, you guys bust back. And then I went across the street from the hotel, and there were some of the parents there. The Rosboroughs, the Ingrams were there. Your parents were there. There might have been another set that I'm not remembering, but we were talking and everything. And we just had Finn on the week before. And they said, boy, Finn really, because I brought up your name, and then Finn says, yeah, I kind of know him. But I guess you guys were pretty good buddies, weren't you, growing up at high school, Blaine High School?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing with Finn Bantams in high school, and I mean, he's lifting with me every day. He thinks we're like sort of friends, I guess.
They were joking. He just kind of played it off. Maybe he, I didn't want to go too deep into it. He didn't want to go too personal here on the show. And there's a lot of pressure. We got the bright lights, which actually I apologize, Ben. I put my speaker right in the way of the light, so we get a little shadow there. I'm more of a radio guy than a TV guy, so I prefer no lights. But Jack, so you and Finn, you go to Hungary. Tell me about that. What's it all about? It's kind of it's a hockey ministry mission, building the game, but also spreading the word and the faith, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, obviously, Josh kind of brought it up to me.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of found out of the idea of potentially going there originally, and then we wanted to kind of spread our faith through there and share it with people that really never have had the opportunity to hear about Christ, and then to share our hockey knowledge as well with kids that may not really experience that high of level is pretty cool. So it's almost like they love you so much where they just want to be around you all day, and that's what it is. Like, you're around the kids, and you're sharing hockey, you're sharing your faith, and that's kind of what it's all about. And we actually just heard that they want us back again, so we might be going back for a third year.
So is it just you and Finn and you and Josh, or is it players from other teams that are over there as well? Is there a pretty big group of other players from the United States that come over at that same time or at different times during the off season?
Yeah, it's usually just us two.
Okay.
They kind of pick and choose. I don't know if it's college players, but they have had pro in the past. But they definitely have other camps. I know they have Switzerland, Sweden, Slovakia, which, I mean, really cool spots. Like, it'd be cool to go to those places. I know they're doing an Australia one in April, so that's pretty cool. But no, even just given the opportunity to go anywhere, I think is, even here, I would love to do a camp anywhere in the States, around my hometown. I know they have one, but just being able to share my faith in Christ and just, have that opportunity with kids that might not hear about it is definitely an experience, a once-in-a-lifetime experience, because you don't really get to do that often.
Right. So the other thing about that is you talk about the kids just love it. Do they have a hard time letting you go home? I mean, they try to keep you there, like lock the door. You guys aren't going anywhere. We're going to keep you here.
Yeah, it was. That's exactly what it is. I remember me and Finn were in our hotel room at the days were long. It was like 7 a.m. till like 9 at night, and we got home from the hotel, and he's like, "Don't tell any of the kids what room we're in because they're going to want to hang out with us." And I'm like peeking my head outside the hotel room. We ended up playing games till like 10:30 at night, and then got up again early in the morning. That's what it's about. So it's pretty fun.
It's about that. It's about helping out in the community as well. I know that there were some of the guys. I think Ethan Acoyne. We were going to have him on the show tonight as a guest. And Nolan, you're actually not a last minute, but a this morning fill-in. You were scheduled to be on the show a little bit later in a few weeks, so we had to reshuffle. But Ethan was out ringing the bell for the Salvation Army. Now, is that something that the whole team does? You guys kind of rotate?
Yeah, I mean, sort of.
I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Doing that tomorrow?
The
Okay,
guys are doing
You've
it.
been working on your bell ringing?
Hopefully it's not snowing too much.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
and you've probably done it? Is that something you've done every year you've been here, or is this something new, the Salvation Army?
Yeah, it's a little new. We do school visits every Monday or Tuesday or so. So usually like 2 people go to schools and you hang out, do like a gym class, read books to kids. So, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, it was me, Grant, and Cooper Wiley. We went to school and we were playing drums on like an exercise ball or with these kids, and they just love it. So it's, a small group, which is awesome.
Let's see what I have here in my wallet. I'm going to make you guys, I'm going to start your kettle is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get rid of, I got some ones. Don't talk about these big bills. I don't want people to think that I'm not claiming money on my taxes here.
You got to give that to Roder. He's in charge.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's that'll get you started there.
Awesome.
I do want a form so I can claim that on my taxes, of course. But
we're going to Cold Stone tonight with that money.
I was going to say, I've got trackers on that, though. I don't know if you knew that. It's got the whole thing so we can track where it goes. So if it doesn't end up at the Salvation Army, you'll be hearing from me. All right, we've got Jack Ryman and Nolan Road. We're having fun here tonight with the Green Mill hosting us here. It is the Brett Larson Show. And, I need to mention something. I think somebody pointed out that I may have flip-flopped the times, and it would be a problem for me arriving early one night, late the other night. The Friday night game is at 7, as always, and then the game on Saturday, as always, at 6 o'clock, or 6:07, if you will, coming up next week for Denver. Didn't want to confuse anybody and have them show up at the wrong time. So we'll take a break, come back here for you. More with Nolan and Jack here from the Green Mill. It's Huskies Hockey and the Brett Larson Show.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways, Green Mill.
At St. Cloud State University, athletics are more than just games. They're an essential part of the Husky experience. From D1 hockey games to championship-winning wrestling, volleyball, and more, there's Husky pride in every corner of campus. Whether you're on the field, in the stands, or cheering from the student section, you're a part of something big. And the best part? SCSU is close to home, affordable, and packed with community that's got your back, in class and on the court. Come see what it means to be a Husky. Schedule your campus tour today at St. Cloud State University, the home of the Huskies.
When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving, and cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children, and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A Quick Trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list, gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Welcome back to the Brett Larson Show. Again, we'll have a show next week after the Denver series, and then off until January 12th. And then the plan is that the January 19th show will be back in the restaurant. That is the planned date to have all the renovations done, and excited to go in there and be a part of it. We've got Jack Ryman and also Nolan Road with us here on the Brett Larson Show. And we'll talk more about the games this weekend. Let's get into that a little bit. First of all, Jack, you guys played really well, and Coach went through all the analytics and you know, all the stats and how close it was, and you guys had an edge in some of those stats as well. But still, it still comes down to wins and losses, doesn't it? You got to find a way to get that lead or score first and then have them chase instead of you guys. Both games you guys were chasing, and number of times you chased, you got back even, but just couldn't get that one to get you over the hump.
Yeah, it was definitely it was a tough weekend. I mean, we wanted to win really bad, and we gave it our all. I mean, there's probably a little more oomph that we needed to get over the hump, like Larson was saying. And like you said, we're positive, like with the way we're playing, but obviously we want to be winning, and that's a huge step to take in this league with everybody being so good. And also, like Larson was saying, that you know, everybody's good, so you have another opportunity to kind of get them the next time in a series or climb the ladder, as he was saying, and hopefully we can do that coming this next weekend.
Nolan, refresh my memory. Was it you or Noah that hit the post early on in the game?
Noah.
Yeah, it was, right? I mean, if that's, you know, an inch inside, it's in. How do you like playing with Ernie, as you call him, and of course Gavin now on your line? You had Austin, and then there was just that slight adjustment now, and you're the biggest of the mini-mite lines. I guess we can't call you the mini-mite, but the macro-mite. But anyway, it's kind of a fun name, and it seems like every name has every line has to have a name. You were the R line when you had all 3 R's across. So it was Rogers, Ryman, and Rosborough. Now we have a Sean, Ryman, and Rosborough. So now you're the R line, so kind of a pirate line. Well, would it be difficult for just for TV? I mean, would it be difficult for all three of you guys to come out with eye patches? The R line.
We could make that happen.
Right. But I would imagine it might hurt your depth perception when it comes to playing. So you got to take it off after announcements, maybe even before announcements, because you might not be able to see the blue line when you're skating up, and then all of a sudden it's there. But how have you liked playing with no Ernest? And you guys were both Mr. Hockey finalists, so you guys crisscrossed in high school some.
Yeah, we didn't really know each other before here, but we're roommates at the dorms now, so we're really good friends off the ice. And then on the ice, I think we play pretty similar.
Right.
Both play with speed and have a chip on our shoulder. And playing with Doris, it's fun because he likes to get in there, and so do we. So
that's an understatement. He likes to get in there, right, Jack?
Yeah. So he's all over the place. Just getting in those scrums and just affecting the game that way is just a lot of fun. Obviously, and I think it helps the boys out too, for sure.
How about his goal on Saturday night, where he got knocked down to the ice, he got right back up, and there's the putt.
Right, yeah, it's just a huge cluster in front of the net, and he fucking whacks one home out of the air. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's the type of player he is. He's gonna score goals like that in big
I didn't hear anything. Okay, so. Next week it is Denver. We'll talk more about that coming up. We've got Jack Ryman. We have Nolan Road with us here. We are live and also, of course, archived. I believe the archive will require a bit of editing tomorrow on the podcast, but that's okay because I can do that. So all of your podcast platforms will have the show as well. So stay tuned. This is Huskies Hockey, and we're coming to you from the Green Mill from Learfield.
All the planning, work, and preparation for the holidays. Why do we do it? In the blur of life, we can take our blessings for granted, distracted by the noise and our own interest. We gather to slow down and reflect on what truly matters, time with loved ones and cherishing simple moments. We gather to choose gratitude. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Shields.
The holidays are here, and we've got your shopping list covered. Give a gift that's thoughtful, practical, and always appreciated. A Quick Trip gift card. Whether it's for family, friends, babysitters, coworkers, anyone on your list, gift cards are the ultimate holiday hack. Coffee, treats, fuel, groceries. Gift cards are great for anything. No guessing sizes, no wrapping stress, just simple, joyful giving. Purchase in-store or online now at quicktrip.com/shop. Quick Trip, where convenience meets holiday cheer.
Roto-Rooter is the original sewer and drain cleaning company. Our founder invented the first electric drain cleaning machine in 1935. Not all rooter companies are the same. Roto-Rooter is the best choice for plumbing, drain cleaning, and pipe repairs. When water isn't going down the drain like it's supposed to, call the experts at Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter. When you need someone to listen.
It's fall, and that means teenagers are on the road commuting to and from school. Sure, fiddling around with your radio or phone picking the next song is distracting and dangerous, but the number one cause of teenage accidents in the United States is texting and driving. In fact, recent studies found that 1 out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving. And cell phone use is highest among young drivers aged 16 to 24, putting them at an all-time risk. 3,500 teens die each year from texting and driving. That's 11 teens each day. Parents, talk to your children and most of all, lead by example. They're listening and watching you. It's simple, really. Don't drive intoxicated. Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in an accident, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Bradshaw & Bryant.
Great apps and 27 taps. That's what you'll find at the Green Mill St. Cloud. Come on down to the mill and enjoy happy hour Sunday through Thursday from 3 to 6 with $1 off all taps and specials on rail drinks and wine. Plus, save $2 on select appetizers, Millhouse Nacho, Ellsworth Cheese Curd, and $8.99 personal 2-topping pizza. Always a great place to watch the game. Pizza, pasta, beer, and wings. Great apps and 27 taps. Come on down to the mill.
So good, so many ways. Green Mill.
Ryman, backhand scores! Jack Ryman goes far side with a backhand. He's got his first ever 2-goal game. The triple R line gets it done again, and it's fine. Smolinski, quick traitor shot. Rebound out front, Rosborough. Wraps it around, and score! That's Ryman! Jack Ryman, and that line connects again. 2-0 Huskies.
Yeah, that was a 2-goal game, Jack, going back to the Western Michigan series. That was kind of fun, wasn't it? That was good times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that never happens for me.
No, that was your first ever 2-goal game, and it was fun. It was exciting, and you know, sometimes those things happen. The things click. You're in the right place, the right time, and that's the critical thing, right? You put yourself where the puck is going to be, not where it is at the time. And I think both of those times you were in good position to score goals. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. I remember I had some.
Do you remember much about that night?
It was kind of a blur. No, I'm just kidding. It was definitely fun. I mean, we played Western Michigan. Everybody's amped up. So, I mean, putting 2 in the net on a team that's defending champs is special. So it was definitely memorable there. But yeah, I mean, that doesn't really happen often. So kind of lived it up a little bit. You know, talking with the fans after the game, you signing stuff, and everybody's coming up to you, and just a great atmosphere.
Yeah. And then, Nolan, you've got a couple of goals on the season here. You had one against Alaska Anchorage, against Bemidji. I wasn't able to find those, but next time you're on, we'll certainly have them.
All right.
But one more thing about you. You chose your brother Leighton went to Bemidji, of course. We played against him. He's now playing pros, right? He's at Coachella Valley.
Coachella Valley, yep.
And that is where we are going for the Coachella Valley Cactus, the Classic of the Cactus, or whatever it's called. But he's going to be on the road for his American Hockey League club.
Yep.
But that makes sense because we're using their arena. So they're not just going to be hanging around for the new year. They got games to play, right, in the American Hockey League?
They do.
And speaking of the NHL, you were at the Colorado Avalanche development camp this past summer. How did that go? What was that like for you? I can't imagine just how much of a learning experience that has to be for you.
Yeah, the day I got drafted was like a Sunday or something like that, and I was out on the lake with my buddies and got the call, and then they're like, yeah, you're flying out tomorrow morning. I'm like, oh, wow, quick turnaround. So, but I was injured during this time, so I went and I wasn't able to skate or do anything, but just to be around the facilities, the management and stuff like that, and just see how the pro life is pretty cool. And I took a lot in from that for sure.
So, Jack, you went to Blaine, but at Ham Lake.
Yep.
You went to White Bear Lake, but were you White Bear Lake, or were you like Vadnais Heights or Shorewood? You were Hugo up towards I need to change that because I need to say it's a Hugo native because we got White Bear Lake.
I like the White Bear Lake.
You do? You don't like Hugo?
I don't like
Or it just doesn't kind of White Bear Lake. It's easier to make because you played for White Bear Lake. Because there's some guys that I think live in Hugo that go to Forest Lake. I don't know if there's a split there up that way towards Centerville, which is another great town just off of 35E. Final question here: prospects for the rest of the season. First of all, for Denver coming in, Jack. You guys wanted to get a win this past weekend. You didn't. This is the weekend to do it here this weekend against another good team.
Yeah, I mean, definitely they're highly skilled. They just came off. I think they beat Miami both games, and I mean, they've always been good in the past. They have a great coaches system, whatever it is. But I think we're fired up enough to come in ready and play them and beat them, and I'm not worried about it.
And Nolan, we talked about this with head coach Brett Larson about wanting to go into the Christmas break here on a positive note, and there were a lot of positive about this past weekend, but a win this weekend would be very important for the club.
Yeah, for sure, especially how well we played last weekend. I think it was tough to lose both, but going in this weekend, we know we can turn around and get a lot of points in the MPI for sure, and just going into break with 2 wins would be a lot better feeling for sure.
Nolan, what are you asking Santa for Christmas?
2 wins.
2 wins. No, that was the perfect answer right there. Jack, you can't say 2 wins. What are you asking Santa for? 2 goals? No. Do you have anything on your wish list?
I don't know.
What's the best gift you remember as a kid? The best gift. Do you remember?
I want to say a hockey stick, but I remember getting like a huge a big bean bag.
Ooh, How long until that beanbag started leaking? That was my problem with beanbags. We had beanbags when we were kids. They were leaking the next day, and then all of a sudden you get little patches of the gray duct tape here and there and everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think it lasted too long.
Right, yeah.
We got rid of it, so it is what it is. But yeah, it was great when it lasted.
All right, beanbag. Your favorite gift ever from Santa or ever for Christmas when you were a kid?
My first jersey was like a Mikhail Granlund Wild jersey, and he was my favorite player.
Do you still have that?
I still
have it. Does it still fit?
No, it doesn't
anymore. Okay, all right. Well, let's hear it for these guys. Nolan Road, Jack Ryman. Great to have him here. Good luck this weekend. We will see you. Happy holidays to you and your family. Thanks to all the fans that came out. We'll do it again next week. Coach Larson will be with us following the Denver series. Again, 7 o'clock Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. Another thing I want to mention here before we go is I got a lot of questions on the TV with the games being on the CW channel 23, and I had some people come up to the press box go, there's poker on, there's something else on during the game. If you get the CW or any channel for that matter, through Hulu TV or YouTube TV, any kind of streaming service, even the DirecTV streaming service, you will not get the games because NCHC TV has the exclusive streaming rights, so they cannot be streamed. If you're going to watch on Channel 23, the CW Twin Cities, you have to get it on your Comcast or your Spectrum or your regular TV platforms, DirecTV, or over the air as well. Using a digital antenna. So I just want to kind of pass that along because that was something that I hadn't realized until somebody started bringing this up, and I go, oh, that's why, because of the exclusive, or just get NCHC TV, of course, our fine friends that put that on through the league at NCHC TV. All right, guys, thank you very much for sticking around. Enjoy your food that we ordered on the air, so I hope that turns out pretty good, and we'll be back again next week. This has been the Brett Larson Show here from Learfield.